ugly, guess what? I've got some good news and some bad news. So which one do you want to hear first? I don't want to hear either, honestly. Oh, come on, don't be such a downer. I'll go ahead and tell you the good news first, okay? Ready? I'm getting married! Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I already know. I mean, the wedding is next week, isn't it? You've been talking about it non-stop for months, though I have to admit I'm surprised someone like you, with such a nasty personality, managed to find someone willing to marry you. Oh please, compared to how hideous you are on the outside, my bad attitude is barely worth mentioning. At least I've got the looks to back it up. Anyway, that's the good news. Want to hear the bad news? Fine, let's hear it. Not that I'm expecting anything reasonable. The bad news is, well, how do I put this? You're dead now. You don't exist anymore, Beth. What? What the hell are you talking about? Let me spell it out for you. You know I've made it big as a model, right? I've got all these famous people around me, from designers and producers to other celebrities. They're all going to be at my wedding, of course. I mean, it's going to be the social event of the season. Can you imagine what it would do to my reputation if people found out I had such an ugly loser sister like you? It'd be humiliating. Are you serious right now? You can't be. Oh, I'm dead serious. You're an embarrassment, Beth. Having you at my wedding would be the worst thing ever. That's why I decided, well, I've told everyone you're dead. You won't be attending, obviously, and as far as the world knows, you don't even exist. I mean, it's for the best, right? What? Are you out of your mind? I get it. You've always hated me, but this is too much. I'm still your sister, Angelica. You can't just erase me from your existence because I don't fit your idea of perfection. Oh, I can, and I already did. I mean, look at you. You've always been a nobody, and I'm a star. I don't need someone like you dragging me down, so yeah, consider yourself officially gone. Don't even think about coming near the venue next week. This is ridiculous. You can lie to your friends or your new family, but what about our side of the family? You really think they'll just go along with this? They know I'm alive and well. You can't just hide me like some dirty secret. Oh, don't worry about that. I've got it covered. Our family's totally on board with this little plan of mine. What? No way. You're lying. There's no way they'd go along with something this crazy. Oh, it's true. When I explained it to them, they all agreed it was for the best. I asked them, who do you want to support? Your successful, beautiful model daughter, or the ugly, boring one who's done nothing with her life. And guess what? They picked me. Every single one of them. Isn't that just hilarious? I can't believe this. Our family's always had issues, but this is beyond messed up. They really just agreed to pretend I'm dead, all for your ridiculous ego trip? Oh, don't take it so hard. It's nothing personal. Well, actually, it is. But honestly, what did you expect? You've always been the black sheep. Why should that change now just because I'm getting married to someone rich and powerful? I'm about to live the life of my dreams, and I can't have you ruining it. You've got to be kidding me. I knew our family had problems, but this is just sick. You've seriously convinced everyone to go along with this? Oh, it wasn't hard at all. I mean, who wouldn't want to be associated with a gorgeous model who's about to marry into wealth and success? Compared to that, you're just, well, irrelevant. I shouldn't be surprised. Our family has always favored you, no matter what. But this, I guess I just never realized how far they'd go to indulge your vanity. Oh, don't be so dramatic. It's not that big a deal. You'll be fine. Besides, it's not like you were going to enjoy the wedding anyway. Why not just let me have my moment? It's the least you can do for your perfect little sister. Fine. You know what? I won't go. I'll stay out of your way. If this is what you and the family want, then I won't fight it. But don't come crying to me when everything falls apart. Oh, trust me, nothing's going to fall apart. I'm marrying Jackson, the CEO of UI Technologies. Do you know who that is? I doubt someone like you has even heard of him, but he's a huge deal. I'm about to live the dream life. Wait, Jackson? UI Technologies. You mean that Jackson? Yep, the one and only Jackson. The handsome, powerful CEO of a huge company. Even someone like you must have heard of him. He's practically a household name. You know, it's pretty funny that someone as out of touch as you still knows who he is. Yeah, I know who he is. I didn't expect this. Aw, are you jealous? It's okay to admit it, sis. I mean, I'm about to marry the man of every woman's dreams, and you're, well, you. Honestly, though, your reaction is kind of weird. Are you okay, Angie? You seem off. Well, more off than usual. Wow, you really don't miss a chance to take a jab, do you? Look, whatever. You've said what you needed to say. You don't need to rub it in anymore. Just leave me alone, okay? Just one more thing. I want to make sure you really get it, so I'll say it again. I don't want people to know that someone like you is my sister. So, yeah, you're dead to everyone. Don't show up at the wedding, got it? Fine, I won't come. Yes! Finally, I can have the perfect wedding without worrying about you ruining it. Oh, thanks for being so cooperative, sis. See you never, loser. Unbelievable. Hey, could you please pick up the phone? I have called you like 500 times and you still haven't answered? Oh, I was sleeping. Wait, didn't we cut ties with each other? Why are you calling someone you said you wanted nothing to do with like 500 times? Actually, I've decided to take back the whole cutting ties thing. I need you to come to the wedding. What? What on earth are you talking about? I'm saying that you need to come to the wedding. Isn't that great? You have a chance to be a part of the family again. Isn't it nice? Aren't you excited? Look, I'm not going back to being a part of a family that abandoned me. I can guess what kind of trouble you're in, but honestly, I have no obligation to help you out. You think you understand? So you knew all this time? Why didn't you say anything before? Honestly, I just couldn't be bothered. Sure, I was invited as part of the groom's side, but after you declared me dead, I figured it was just best to stay away. The venue is in complete chaos. People are running around saying that Angie Corp's CEO has died. Are you really a CEO? What in the world is going on? You knew I was running a company, didn't you? It's just a small factory, but you seriously didn't know that? Why would I know what you're doing? So what's your relationship with Jackson then? Relationship? It's nothing out of the ordinary. My company supplies parts to UI Technologies. We take pride in our high-quality products at low prices, so they pretty much buy from us exclusively. In simple terms, we're business partners. No way, that's just a coincidence, right? Completely coincidental. I was just as surprised as you when I found out. I didn't want to get caught in the middle of anything, so I kept my distance. Jackson seemed to be clueless about this as well, which has led to total chaos. You've got to come, I'm begging you. The whole situation has gotten out of hand. Oh, you're right. I just got a bunch of missed calls from Jackson, too. Just wait a moment while I take this call, okay? Hey, wait!
So, I understand the situation now. You're Emmy's older sister, and the fact that you were supposedly dead is just completely fabricated?
Yeah, sounds like there's been a lot of mixed up information. I imagine the venue must have descended into chaos.
It was quite the shock. Emmy had prepared a memorial portrait for you, but the face on it was exactly that of Angie, the CEO.
Wait, what? A memorial portrait? Are you serious? I knew she hated me, but to go that far?
Yes, I was aware she brought it along, and I initially thought it was a sign of respect, an expression of her love for you. But at the ceremony, her behavior was... Well, she seemed disturbingly casual about the whole thing, even laughing at times.
Unbelievable. She's so far gone that she thought this was acceptable? I mean, I've always been the black sheep of the family, but this?
I was taken aback too, and to make matters worse, the face on that portrait was unmistakably yours. I could see all the UI technology executives and guests looking completely dumbfounded, not knowing how to react to what they were seeing.
I seriously can't believe it. Just how rotten do you have to be to pull something like that? I mean, sure, my family's always ostracized me, but this is on another level.
As someone who spent time with Emmy, I have to admit her actions were unacceptable. It's made me seriously reconsider my relationship with her.
You'd probably be better off that way. If this continues, it's only going to tarnish the reputation of UI technology. You've got a lot to lose if this spirals further out of control.
You're right. In fact, significant damage has already been done. The media was present at the wedding too. They've likely captured everything.
Oh no, thank God I didn't go to that disaster.
For now, I'll do everything I can to contain the situation. I know it's not really my place to say, but I'm deeply sorry for how things turned out.
Don't apologize. One thing I can tell you for sure is that none of this is your fault. I hope things get better for you from here on out.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I look forward to continuing to work with you.
Same here. Let's keep in touch from now on. Hey, Angie, you're close with Jackson, right? Then convince him right now. Well, it's not like we're that close. We're just business partners. Whatever, just persuade him. Jackson said that he's going to call off the wedding. Well, of course, given the situation, how could he not think about it? But I don't want that. After all this build-up, to suddenly have the wedding canceled would be an absolute embarrassment for me. We have celebrities here today, and the media is also covering this event. If you go through with the wedding as it is, it'll reflect poorly on UI technology. Huh? What do you mean by that? Even if you dislike me, the fact that you're pretending your still living sister has died and have even prepared a memorial photo to laugh about is just not something the president should be getting involved in. Hey, I wasn't laughing. I thought I was holding the memorial photo with a serious expression. I don't care. Either way, don't bring the memorial photo of your living sister to the event. But, it could just be explained as a little prank, right? I didn't hurt anyone with it, so it should be fine, don't you think? Everyone is just overreacting. In the end, the fact that I'm alive means it could be considered a happy ending. I can't believe the way you're thinking. If you think this can be laughed off, then try looking at social media. Huh? You could search for UI technology or just your own name. See if there are people who think this can be brushed off as a joke. Wait, what is this? It's blowing up? What's going on? Given your previous actions, I think it's only natural that it's blowing up. And this was supposed to be a huge wedding, right? It's not surprising that one or two people would post about it on social media. No way. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, this kind of outrage is really bad. Right? You don't want to be trending while you're under a major entertainment agency and on the brink of marrying the president of a well-known company. Well, I mean, that marriage is about to be canceled, too. Shut up. Stop narrating the situation. I get that it's serious, so do something about it. That's just it. I don't owe you anything to help out here. You need to sort this out on your own. This is really bad. What's going to happen to my life? It's spreading like wildfire. Oh no. If it wasn't Jackson as my fiancé, this wouldn't have blown up like this. Yeah, it wouldn't. What are you laughing about? This is all your fault to begin with. It's because you didn't tell me that you were connected to Jackson. I never thought your fiancé would be him. I expected him to have a little better judgment in women. What do you mean by that? Anyway, I think it would be more effective for you to persuade Jackson instead of trying to convince me, since I have nothing to do with this situation. I can't believe this. You really need to step up and handle this. You have the ability to do it. I mean, look at the situation. You're the one who brought all of this upon yourself by making such a drastic decision regarding your family. You didn't even think of how your actions would reflect on your own reputation. Are you saying it's my fault? It's your fault that the situation escalated to this level. You've made it worse by trying to cover it up with lies. I didn't lie. I just thought it would be a harmless prank. Harmless prank? You don't understand how serious this is. People are going to start questioning your character, and that's going to affect your professional life as well. I didn't think it would get this out of hand. I just wanted to have a fun moment, not ruin everything. Well, the time for fun is over. You need to think about the consequences of your actions. If Jackson finds out that you were using your sister's name in such a way, it could ruin your reputation in the industry forever. I know. I never wanted this to happen. Well, it's happening now. You need to figure out how to fix it. You can't just sit there and hope it goes away. But what do I even do? I don't have a plan. Everything is collapsing around me. Well, that's the first thing you need to do. Come up with a plan. Think of what you can say to Jackson, what you can do to save this wedding, and how to make sure that your career is not affected by this chaos. It feels like I'm fighting a losing battle here. There's too much to deal with. You just need to tackle it one step at a time. Take a deep breath and think it through. Maybe there's a way to turn this around, but you have to be willing to take action. I hope you're right. If I can't make this right, everything I've worked for will go down the drain. Exactly. You have to get your head in the game and focus. Don't let this overwhelm you. Fine, I'll figure something out, but you better not leave me hanging. Hey, Jackson, can you please reconsider? I've said it many times, but this was just a joke, you know?
I mean, I didn't think it would go this far. I thought everyone would see the humor in it and we could laugh it off. But now it's turned into something way bigger than I ever imagined.
I know you think this was beyond a joke, and having my entire family pretend that my sister had died was downright bizarre, and I know you've heard that I've been ostracizing her for a long time.
I can't believe you'd go along with it in the first place. It's just too much, and it makes you look bad, too. This is not just about me anymore, it's about how it affects both of us.
Ostracizing is a bit of an exaggeration. After all, my sister has kept her distance from our family, too.
But there's a difference between distance and disowning someone completely. I mean, why would you want to erase your sister from existence like that? Isn't family supposed to stick together through thick and thin?
Well, it's only natural for a family that would do something like this at a wedding to keep their distance. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to be associated with a family that acts like that. It's embarrassing.
Anyway, I can't marry you.
Wait, that's just as the president of UI Technology, right? As a person, you still have some feelings for me, don't you? There must be something left between us, some connection that we can hold on to.
I never intended to mix titles with marriage in the first place. Even now, I've decided to call off the wedding on a personal basis. This is my life we're talking about, and it's being dragged through the mud.
That's your own decision? Your personal judgment is affecting my life? How can you just decide something like that without even considering what it means for me?
What do you mean by that?
Don't you understand how important this wedding is for my career? We have industry bigwigs, celebrities, and the media here. If I embarrass myself here, my career in the entertainment industry is over. This isn't just some casual event, it's my future on the line.
If you embarrass yourself, that's your own responsibility. You're the one who decided to pretend your sister doesn't exist. How could you think this wouldn't have consequences?
I didn't want Angie to be known to the world. I have to work in front of people, so it's only natural, right? It's not like I wanted to hurt anyone. I just wanted to protect myself.
Only natural? That doesn't make any sense. I don't even want to try to understand, so just stop contacting me. I can't deal with this right now.
Wait, please, you have to know that there's a huge backlash online right now. And the only way to fix it is for us to go through with the wedding as planned. If we cancel, it'll be an even bigger disaster.
Don't use my life for your recovery. That's not fair to me.
Wait, come on. You have to see it from my perspective.
You know, don't you? You know I've been abandoned by my family. You have to understand what it's like to be in that position.
Huh?
When I was in elementary school, my parents ran away in the night and left me behind. Since then, I've been living alone, fending for myself. I never wanted to be in this situation again, feeling abandoned and alone, so I understand how Angie feels. Even though the circumstances are different, I know how painful it is to be cast aside by your family. You should know about my background, right?
Of course, I totally understand. You told me about it before, but it isn't the same. You can't compare the two situations.
Then why would you do something like that in front of me? Why make your family non-existent? You can't just erase your past and expect everything to be fine.
Well, that's because I thought I was protecting myself.
Enough! There's no point in talking about this any longer. Goodbye.
Wait. Angie, Jackson won't forgive me. What should I do? I feel like I'm out of options. Just give up and accept the situation. I've been getting bombarded with calls from Mom and Dad, but I'm not planning to help you, so you should tell them that too. Please, I am begging you. If you don't do something, our family will be... What do you want me to do at this point? What's the situation at the venue right now? The wedding has been canceled and people are starting to leave. What do I do? It seems like the online backlash is pretty severe too. I never expected it to turn into such a disaster. It's all over. My bright career is crumbling. For now, I need to contact Mom and Dad and... For now, you need to contact Mom and Dad and... Wait, what do you think will happen if they find out? You can't just leave everything as it is. What do you expect me to do? This mess is beyond repair. You have to think of something. I can't let it end like this. You're the one who brought this upon yourself. Did you really think it was okay to do what you did? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. It was supposed to be a lighthearted prank. A prank that went too far, clearly, and now you're just going to let it all fall apart? I don't have any answers right now. I just want to fix things, but I don't know how. You need to figure it out fast or it'll be too late. I know, but I can't do this alone. Then you should start thinking about how to fix your mistakes. Otherwise, you might end up losing everything you worked for. Angie, this is a disaster. What should I do? What now? I just want to take a shower. Mom and Dad are saying they want to cut ties with me. Huh? Why now? They said it was too much to bring your house into all this. They've been acting distant since before the wedding anyways. Well, thank goodness. At least those two still have a semblance of a conscience. But I suppose they are the kind of scum that can easily abandon a fallen daughter. If I'm abandoned by my parents, I'll truly be all alone. Most of the guests have already left and everything is ruined. I guess I'll just have to live my life without anyone noticing me. It's okay, since this is blowing up, people will be paying attention. Huh? How can you be so heartless? I know you're trying to appeal to the higher-ups, but that's not going to work on me. I'm genuinely furious at you all. At this point, I'm just thinking, serves you right. What is wrong with you? You're such a loser, and yet you're acting all high and mighty. Should I spread your comments online? I could share everything you've said up until now. It would make for some excellent fuel for the fire. Wait, okay, stop. I'll apologize. I'm really sorry for everything. Are you really remorseful? Now that I'm alone, I've finally realized how tough it must have been for you. Isolated within the family? Well, if you keep understanding isolation like this, that's all I could hope for. Huh? So you're just going to abandon me like this? Of course, your loneliness has only been a matter of a few minutes, right? Just because you felt a little lonely for a short time doesn't mean I want you to understand my suffering. But I really understood. I'm truly sorry. You should have realized this a long time ago, but whether or not I'll forgive you is a different story. That's it. Goodbye. Please wait. Are you really going to abandon me just like that? We're family, aren't we? I'm taking this opportunity to cut ties with you. I don't want anyone thinking I have a sister with such a terrible personality.
Angie, first of all, I truly apologize for everything that has happened. I've caused you a lot of unpleasant feelings, and I really regret that.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, you didn't know, so there's no reason for you to apologize like that.
Is that so? But still, honestly, I can't help but doubt my own judgment. I never thought Emmy had such a personality.
Well, she probably was just putting on a facade around you. It's not your fault.
As you know, our company's current project relies heavily on your company's capabilities. I showed a really pathetic side this time, but I sincerely hope we can continue to work together going forward.
It's all right, really. You're thinking too much about it. I'm looking forward to continuing our partnership as well.
I understand well what it feels like to be cast aside by family. The regret and pain you endure is unimaginable.
I see, but honestly, I'm not really worried about it.
I hesitate to say this, but I want you to know that I'm always here to listen. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences.
Oh, thank you so much, but you must be quite busy, right?
Not at all. Being a president just means I have some responsibilities, but it also gives me plenty of time to spare. If you don't mind, may I reach out to you again sometime?
Oh, yes, I would love that. Just please refrain from bombarding me with 500 missed calls next time, okay?
I promise I won't do that. But I'm serious. I would like to keep in touch and support you however I can.
You're very kind. I really appreciate it. Sometimes it feels like no one truly understands what I'm going through.
I can only imagine. Family can be a tricky subject. I think it's important to have someone who understands, especially in tough times.
Exactly. It's not easy to open up about these feelings. It can be very lonely.
It's completely understandable. If you ever need to talk, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you.
That really means a lot to me. Thank you for being so understanding. It's nice to know I have someone to lean on.
Of course. I'm glad you feel that way. And just so you know, your presence and contributions are valued more than you might realize.
Thank you, Jackson. It's reassuring to hear that, especially after everything that's happened recently.
It's the least I can do. I know it's a difficult time for you, but I believe you have the strength to overcome these challenges.
I hope so. I'm just trying my best to stay positive. It's just hard sometimes.
That's completely normal. Just remember, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. You don't have to go through it alone.
I appreciate that. It's comforting to have someone who understands. I'll keep that in mind.
Absolutely. And please don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need anything, whether it's a listening ear or support.
I will. Thank you, Jackson. You've really helped lift my spirits today. After the scandal erupted, Emmy found herself in a situation where any public activities became nearly impossible. All the jobs she had lined up were canceled, one after another, and ultimately, she was let go from her agency. It was a swift and brutal end to her career, something no one could have predicted would happen so dramatically. In the aftermath, both of our parents cut ties with Emmy as if she were a burden they could simply discard. They wanted to distance themselves from the controversy and the negative spotlight that had come to engulf our family. However, their actions did not go unnoticed. As news of their abandonment spread, they too became subjects of public scrutiny, facing significant criticism similar to what Emmy had endured. It was ironic and, in a way, tragic that they thought they could simply erase her from their lives and escape the consequences of their choices. Now, Emmy and our parents have relocated, each moving out of the homes they had lived in, trying to find solace away from the eyes of society. They live in hiding, avoiding any public interactions or engagements, and it seems that they're all struggling with the isolation that has come as a result of their actions. This fear of being alone, of losing the connections that once defined them, is something I can only hope they experience deeply. I want them to truly understand what it means to feel isolated and ostracized, to know what it's like to have the support of loved ones stripped away. The loneliness that envelops them must be suffocating, forcing them to confront their own decisions and the reality of their lives without the relationships they once took for granted. It's a harsh lesson, but perhaps it's necessary for them to realize the impact of their actions and how they treated Emmy. In the wake of these events, Jackson has shown an unexpected interest in me. He seems genuinely concerned and has been reaching out more than I expected. It's as if he senses a shared experience between us, a connection forged by the weight of our respective struggles. But there's a complexity to this situation that I can't ignore. Jackson is younger than I am, and I can't help but feel a sense of guilt about his concern for me. Why should he have to bear the burden of my troubles? I often find myself wondering about the sympathy he feels towards me. Is it merely a fleeting sense of compassion, or is there something deeper? Does he see in me a reflection of his own struggles, perhaps his own experiences of abandonment or loss? Or is it simply that he's drawn to my situation out of pity? The questions swirl in my mind, and I'm left contemplating the nature of our relationship. Jackson's support comes at a time when I need it most, but I also don't want to become a source of distrust for him. He's already dealing with his own challenges, navigating a world that can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I wonder if he feels a sense of responsibility to help me, to lift me from the shadows that have fallen over my life. But I also worry that I might inadvertently pull him down with me. It's a delicate balance, wanting to accept his kindness while simultaneously fearing the consequences of that acceptance. I've always prided myself on being strong and self-sufficient, and now being vulnerable feels like a weakness that I didn't want to acknowledge. But perhaps that's part of what connects us, the understanding that vulnerability is a shared human experience, one that can bring people together in ways that strength never could. Jackson's presence has become a comforting constant, a reminder that not everyone has turned their back on me. He seems to genuinely care, and while it's nice to have someone who understands, I also find myself hesitating. I don't want to burden him with my problems or allow my past to overshadow any potential future we might share. I wonder if he's aware of how much I appreciate his support, how it offers a glimmer of hope amid the darkness that has enveloped my life. As I reflect on these events, I can't help but feel a mixture of sadness and determination. My family's choices have led us all to this point, and while their actions have caused immense pain, they've also opened my eyes to the importance of connection and understanding. I've learned that even in the face of adversity, there is strength to be found in reaching out to others and allowing them to reach out to you. I hope that, in time, my family will come to terms with what's happened and perhaps even find a way to mend the broken ties between us. And as for Jackson, I want to navigate this new relationship with care, recognizing the beauty in our shared understanding while also respecting the boundaries we both need to maintain. After all, life is unpredictable, and the journey ahead is uncertain, but with each step, I feel a little less alone. Through these experiences, I've come to realize that while I cannot change the past, I can shape my future. With Jackson by my side, I may find the strength to forge a new path, one that's filled with hope and the promise of better days ahead.